Hi everyone, this is Val Van, your ED 301 instructor. I'm going to take a few minutes and in this recording tell you how you can log in to a Blackboard Collaborate live virtual session. The first step will be to log into your Blackboard class, and you will see this home screen right here that says ED 301 Introduction to Teaching. Announcements and other things will always be on this home page. That is the very first thing you see when you log in. We are going to concern ourselves with virtual sessions. You will click on this folder, and this is all a navigation menu over here. You're going to click on Virtual Sessions. The folder opens up, and this top part is an overview about virtual sessions. It will tell you different things like how do I join a session, which I'm going to tell you specifically in this recording. What should I do to prepare for a session? What if I can't attend the session, and where do I submit my summary? All of that is in the overview, and the link to that overview is this very first one here. The second link is to a virtual session calendar, and in this calendar it will tell you the weeks that we have virtual sessions. And as it says up here at the top, I do this during 7 out of the 14 weeks of the semester. So obviously we don't have one every week, but when I do have them, I will have them on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., not 8 a.m., 8 p.m., and then I repeat the same live session on Thursday night at 8 p.m. So you can look at the calendar, jot down those dates on your calendar or however you keep track of due dates and things like that, and that will be there for you. I also will tell you in announcements when there's going to be a virtual session. So just know that this first section here is mainly just to tell you about when they are and an overview on Blackboard Collaborate virtual sessions. Okay, how do we get to that? You'll see that this title, Blackboard Collaborate, is underlined, and whenever it is any title is underlined like that, that means, hey, look at me, I've got more information in this folder. So we click on it. It opens it up, and we are now going to see that we are in the session and we have to join it. It is every student's desire. I don't know why, but everyone immediately wants to click on Join Room. I have 6 sections of ED 301, and I can only do a virtual session out of one of the sections. So it's very important that those of you in all the sections to join the class I'm in, because that's where you want to be, you will always do it this way. Notice, remember, in virtual session, I'm going back up. We clicked on virtual sessions. We clicked on Blackboard Collaborate. And this is what I want you to do first. Look below the title where it says Intro to Teaching in red and click on that. Do not click on the Join Room up here. Don't do that. You'll end up in a phantom class and nobody will be there with you. So click on the Intro to Teaching, and then this screen will pop up. The very first time that you join a virtual session, and you can do this way before we have our virtual session, you can play with it, can't hurt it, nothing will go wrong, so not a problem. But your very first day that you decide you want to go in here and see if you can get in the virtual session, you're going to need to download the Blackboard Collaborate Launcher. You can do it other ways, but I'm telling you, it's just so much easier if you just go ahead and download this. And as you go through the download, if it asks you any questions, tell it yes, okay, always in the affirmative. I have already downloaded the Blackboard Collaborate Launcher, and after you do it the first time, you're done. You don't ever have to do it again. You're going to click on Join Room. Not the first time you see Join Room, but when you're in this screen, and you're going to click on Join Room. This will pop up, and you'll notice it says Open with Blackboard Collaborate Launcher, which is what you want. That's the default. Okay? Don't click on Save File. Don't click on Do This Automatically. Ignore those two. It's open with Blackboard. You're good to go. So again, answer in the affirmative. Okay, I'm ready to go. It takes it takes a half a minute or a minute. It may take even a little bit longer, so don't get nervous about it. It'll have a verifying application. And then this will pop up. Do you want to run this application? If it says it's not safe or anything like that, ignore that because it is safe. It is totally safe. Blackboard is run through Athens State and Blackboard, and they scrub any viruses and everything out of the Blackboard, so you're not going to be any trouble. But if it does say this is not, it's unrestricted access, which may put your, ignore all that. Immediately click on run. And again, it does take a little bit of, half a minute to do, and it's gathering all its information together. And some of you may have slower internet connection, so it may even take a little bit longer. Now this pops up, it's loading it. And again, if it asks you any questions like do you have a DSL, what kind of system you have, answer what you have. Okay, there you are. You're in the virtual session. And I will be here listed, and then as people in your class join, their names will be listed here also, so you'll be able to see your classmates join as they do. Now this recording reminder, I'm just going to move this over here. This is just to tell me, hey Miss Van, hey Val, don't forget to record the virtual session. That way, let's say you can't make a virtual session, you have conflict on the Tuesday and the Thursday night, you can watch the recording. I'm going to talk about the recordings in a different audio recording here in a little bit, so just ignore that right now. I actually load content. I use PowerPoint for my virtual sessions, and the first thing you're going to see when you log in, if you log in after I do, you're going to see, let me get over there, you're going to see this screen, and I'm going to try very hard to keep it the entire semester. It's just downloading one slide. Okay, if you see this slide, you know you're in the right place. If you don't see anything, and you certainly don't see my name, that just means you beat me. Okay, you got in there before I do, so you're good to go. Just hold on, I'll be there. I usually try to log in 30 minutes before the class, 7:30, maybe 7:35. So if you log in after that, you'll see this first slide. If you beat me, you'll just see a blank screen. And don't worry, I'll be there. I'll come join you just as soon as I can. Now, over here I want to point out a couple things. There is it's called a little button up here, mic with a little red star burst. It says start the audio setup wizard. It's a good thing to run to make sure your mic works and your headset or your speakers all work. You should be more concerned about being able to hear me, and of course being able to see what I have on the screen in the PowerPoint, than talking on the mic. We can get around talking on the mic by using the chat box, which is down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to type something in. It's run just like any kind of chat box. You type something in, you hit enter, and it pops in there, and then you can respond. I have you ask me questions there. You can make a comment. You later on in the semester we'll actually have pseudo discussions, and a lot of people use the chat box to post their answer or their thought or their concern or their opinion. So the chat box is used for a lot of different things. If you do want to talk on the mic, and I certainly would love for you to do that, you don't have to. There's a talk button up here. You have to click that talk button for it to be able to work. And so I can hear you. I can see that you've clicked on the talk button, but and then I'll recognize you, or you may just have to cut in and say, hey Miss Van, I need to ask a question, or what do you think about this, or whatever your concern is at the time. You can do the mic, or you can do the chat box. Now, you're in here. I'm going to explain these buttons over here on the left in an actual virtual session, so we're not going to go into that at all. Like I said, I don't see you. You don't see me, and you've gotten that in an email, so don't worry about that. You can look as grungy as you want, no problem. And you will see my PowerPoint, you will hear my voice. And again, if you want to talk, you certainly are very welcome to by pushing the talk button. But if you're more comfortable typing, and we're in a society of texters, and so makes sense, and you can do that also. In our first virtual session, I will go into detail about so many things in these virtual sessions. So again, this is just a quick, this is how you get into the live virtual session, and this is how we're going to join our online class and have a little more classroom kind of participation. Online classes are, I enjoy them, obviously. I've taught them for the last 5 years. I really truly enjoy them, and I'm hoping that you will too. The last thing you're going to do, we're all done, you've asked all the questions, and I tell everyone good night. You are going to exit out of your Blackboard live virtual session, and you would click on an X, and that will take it away. And do you really want to quit? Yes, do. And then you're back to the virtual session room details. And that's all you have to do to get into a virtual session on a computer, PC, or Mac. Either one. I'm going to do another explanation kind of video on how to get into it using a smartphone, an Android, an iPad, and that kind of equipment. But this is how you do it for a computer, PC, or Mac.